Hello everyone, welcome to the Geekdom, the place where we outcast come to talk about the things we love, and welcome to another Trooper Tuesday here on the Geekdom channel. We've got 3 brand new clones for you today. As you know, we're going slowly through every single episode of the Clone Wars to make every single named clone we can see on screen. So I've got 3 new clones for you today from the Shadow Company, which is Anakin's group of Y-Wings that fly with him in the Malevolence arc. We've got Matchstick, we've got Broadside, and then we've got just the standard Shadow Company clone trooper. Okay, starting up with one of my all-time favourite clone designs, and that is Matchstick. I think his helmet is just so awesome. I love just the red accents. I think it looks so brilliant. But for all of these 3 clones, everything from the neck down is identical on all of these clones. So we'll do helmets last. Start with the torso, because that's where all the interesting stuff happens. They have got the my basic clone torso. But I've also added the neck section for all of the clone pilots. It's like their oxygen tanks and all the little controls that they have for when they're flying their Y-Wings. It's very similar to the one used in the original clone pilot minifigures, but I've changed up some colours, I've added some extra buttons, details, or just a few little things to make them slightly more accurate to the show. I've done it in this really nice light grey, so it's still, because I think in the show it is white, but I wanted it to contrast the armor slightly, so it's in a light grey, so it still matches the color scheme of the show, but it just kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. As I've started to do recently on some of my figures, the belt section on my clones, I've started adding a lot more black in there to kind of make them pop a little bit more, make those details a lot more visible, and I've started doing that for the rest of their armor as well. So as you can see on this guy, a lot of the lining on his armor to kind of highlight all the details and stuff, it's in black now instead of like that light grey, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Legs wise and arms wise, they're my basic clone arms and legs that you've seen me use in every single one of my Trooper Tuesdays so far. They don't even have any cool colours or anything on them. They are very plain, very boring. But with this challenge of kind of creating every clone we've seen on screen, you're going to have some of the kind of plain ones. The next episode I'm going to be doing is rookies, and they're all just shinies, so I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Obviously the heads I've used is my classic clone heads. Matchstick is bald, so he doesn't have any hair. But we'll talk about the helmets now, because the helmets are the most exciting bit of these clone troopers. Now we'll start with Matchstick, because I love his helmet. I love all the red details and stuff on this guy. He's got the Republic logos up top, just like the rest of these troopers, but he has them in red, makes him stand out a lot more. And also, that upper section of his helmet is in like a really nice dark grey, which you don't really see a great deal on clones. Obviously, because they've got that sort of ridge section in the middle, it separates it nicely on these clone pilots. He's got this almost like furry texture. It reminds me of Hound, as in like Hound and Grizzer from the Coruscant Guard, but on Matchstick, which I think is really cool. I think it really suits the Phase 1 helmets a lot. I really like that. Matchstick also has quite a lot of weathering on his helmet, as you can see around the Republic logos as well as around his visor. Just a few little scrapes, scratches to show where the paint's peeled off and stuff. And then obviously the most exciting part of Matchstick is that sort of like red, it's almost like a tongue pattern around the bottom. I think his helmet's supposed to like represent like the mouth of like a beast or something, because you've got those like jagged teeth marks going around the top and the bottom surrounding that almost tongue-like shape. So I think that's what it's supposed to be. I don't know exactly what beast it's supposed to represent, but that red really pops nicely. I think it's a really cool look for the clones. I love it when clones use red. That's why the Coruscant Guard are my favourites. And yeah, the red looks really cool. On all 3 of these guys, they've got some lines going from the base of their visor all the way up the fin of their helmet to show a bit of just like the greebling and line detail that the clone pilots have on their specific type of helmets. Next up we have Broadside. Broadside is a very cool helmet. I think it's very kind of Wolfpack-esque because of just the colour scheme and stuff. Much like Matchstick, he has the Republic logos up top, but this time they are in black on a white background instead of red on grey. Obviously, he's also got that sort of like indentation here for his grey sort of above visor piece, once again with those lines connecting to the fins. All of these clones are like, the back of their helmets are like greyed out, because they have like all the oxygen tanks and stuff going in there. So as you can see on the side of their helmets, they've got like the grey cheek portions there, which leads into their actual grey cheek indents as well. And Broadside has these sort of like jagged lines going from his cheeks to the base of his helmet, and then matching with some sort of little grey goatee thing at the bottom of that helmet, which looks really, really nice. And finally, we've got the regular Shadow Squadron helmet. There's like 10 members of Shadow Squadron, and most of them have this helmet, so I had to make it. It's kind of like Denal, but as a pilot. So you know, Denal is in like the 501st Trooper. He's got those lines going down from his eyes, almost like cuts or like tears or whatever, just kind of coming down from his eyes in that little grey section there. And also the base of his mask underneath the mouthpiece is all greyed out as well. Much like the other two clones in this set, he's also got the Republic logos up top, but this time they are white on that really nice dark grey background that the other clones have had as well. And finally, as I've been doing in all of these episodes, we've got a little render here of Shadow Squadron. As you can see, we've got all of their Y-Wings, and we've got Anakin, Plo Koon, Vulture Droids, Venators. This is one of my favourite little things that I've done. I really like this. As I say in all my videos, all of these go up on the Geekdom Instagram account, so if you want to go see some of the other renders there, feel free to do that. The link is in the description below. Go give it a follow. And yeah, that is it for this Trooper Tuesday. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, feel free to like and subscribe down below. It does go a long way. And also, let me know what clones you want me to do in future. I'm really enjoying doing these Trooper Tuesdays, so tell me what your favourite clones are, and I'll make sure to make them in LEGO. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you, always.